Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Firehouse Chef. I'm as always your host, Ryan McKay. And for today's episode, I thought we would take a serious slant on something that's very near and dear to my heart. Something I actually go about thinking about right before I go to bed every day, and that's breakfast. Yes, guys, I love breakfast so much. In fact, I have it twice, right when I wake up and a couple hours afterwards. And in fact, my favorite thing to eat is considered breakfast food, and that's cereal, although I don't like to pigeonhole cereal into that. I mean, you can have it for lunch, you can have it for dinner, you can have it for a midnight snack while you're driving. Come on, cereal. You can eat and drink at the same time. When else can you do that? I mean, come on, hello. Today I'm going to be taking a very traditional breakfast meal, pancakes, and giving you a non-traditional twist on it, which is something called a Dutch baby. Dutch baby is very easy to use, simple and cheap, because you can use all staple items. You throw it into a hot skillet, pop it into the oven, and walk away. You're noticing a reoccurring theme with the walking away. That way you can concentrate making some hash browns, some eggs, sausage, bacon, whatever the case may be. But as with cereal, you don't want to pigeonhole the Dutch baby into just something you can have for breakfast. I mean, I'm going to be making some reduced blueberries to put on top. You can also serve it as dessert. So as with anything I show on here, take it, twist it, play with it. And I'm just talking about the food, nothing else. So let's strap in, guys, and make a Dutch baby. So where was the Dutch baby born from? Well, you have your obvious suspects. You've got Holland. I guess Germany's laying claim to it as well. And some lady up in Seattle decided to add the baby part. I mean, whatever helps sell it. But what I love about this non-traditional twist on pancakes is instead of having to return to the griddle and continuously flip them and pour new ones, this one all goes into one hot skillet, into the oven, walk away. I mean, you typically in the morning find yourself alone in the kitchen anyways, right? People are either checking out the trucks, cleaning the station. That way you can concentrate on other things. But what I love specifically about this recipe, Cook's Illustrated by the way, got to give them credit, is that this is a little bit more of a crispy version of it because you reduce the flour, add a little bit of cornstarch, which is typically what you use, when you're dredging something for frying, whether it's pork, chicken, we'll cover that later. And they also chose non-fat milk or skim milk versus whole milk because there's less fat into it. It allows it to brown a little bit better. But something that you will not find in this recipe that you find in traditional pancakes is a leveling agent. We're actually relying on the water that you find in the butter, the eggs, the milk, and its conversion into steam. It's kind of like an indirect attack for us firemen. And what you're going to see is it's going to balloon up spectacularly, but once you let it come out and rest, it's going to collapse, kind of like that house that we just couldn't get to in time. But this time you're expecting it to happen, so don't frown on it when it happens. Of course, we have some blueberries as well, a little bit of sugar for some syrup I'm going to be showing you how to make to put on top, because again, this isn't just breakfast, this could be dessert. So everybody gets everything nice and race ready, and let's make a Dutch baby. All right, just a couple of quick side notes when you're making your own fruity syrup. You can pretty much choose any fruit syrup, well, any fruit that you want. I chose blueberries here because I had them in the freezer, and yes, these are frozen blueberries, which are perfectly fine to use. You know, I just added the blueberries themselves and a little bit of sugar, and with the heat, it releases the water, breaks down the blueberries, and before you know it, you have a syrup. But I understand this might be a little too thick for some people, so actually add a little bit of water, and you can actually add a little bit of, cream if you want to, a little bit of butter, make it a little bit more fatty if you want to. If you want to add a little bit more sugar, I understand. If you want to make it more savory, feel free to add a little bit of salt, maybe a little bit of bacon fat. Try it, trust me. By the way, I'm starting to smell what I'm baking. Please keep in mind that your oven here at home versus the fire station is completely different, wherever you cook. You start to smell anything that you're baking, you need to make sure that you step away and go check on it, because 20 minutes here may not be 20 minutes at the firehouse. So let's go give that a look. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a Dutch baby. Fairly simple to make, as you saw. A couple of bowls, mix it up, throw it into a hot pan, and you're pretty much done. What I really think, though, that you have to know about is this is a little on the eggy side, so just be warned. If you find a little too eggy, you can do a couple of things. You can either add additional flour, quarter cup, half cup, play with it, or you can reduce the eggs. Perhaps just make it 2 eggs and an egg yolk for a little creamy texture, or if you just think that's too much and too overpowering, just make it 2 eggs, and don't make scrambled eggs on the side. But hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Really quick, exciting news, kind of on a side note. This little show that could, the Firehouse Chef, was actually nominated for an award. It's just blown my mind. Don't know even how they found me. But the Taste Awards, they're holding the 3rd annual event, and the Taste Awards, they kind of highlight everything good in food, fashion, design that's in print, on television, and online. So I got nominated for a couple of things, and here's just where you can help, because I got nominated for 2 Viewers' Choice Awards. Best Food Program Web and Best Home Chef in a Series. Don't get me started, I think it's hysterical. But please, if you find the time, I'm going to include a link here on the bottom of this episode and on the website for you to go to the Taste Awards. You can actually just go directly to the website if you want. Select the Firehouse Chef and vote for me if you would. It's because your support and continued encouragement to keep me going with the show that has made it what it is today, and got nominated. Blows me away, humbles and honors me. But anyways, stay hungry, my friends. So where did the term butch? I love that.